Hey guys, Harrison101 back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to another top 5 list here on the channel. Well, that's almost top 10, but close enough. Anyway, this is my top 10, top 5, god damn it, Dre. I'm only doing this once. The top 5 of my drivers for the 2013 Formula 1 season. The 5 drivers that, in my opinion, impressed me the most over the course of the 2013 season. Yeah, it was a little bit dominant at the top, but I think there were some guys further down that deserve some praise and some credit for being really impressive this year. It's not a straight top 5 from my from the World Championship standings and whatnot, but there is definitely some guys out there that deserve more recognition. Consider it a small mini version of what the Harry Awards will eventually look like later this week. Anywho, I just want to say on top of that as well, if there was a 5.5, it would most definitely go to Jules Bianchi. Consider him more of an honourable mention for this video rather than him actually making the top 5, because obviously there's only so much I can do to a guy that drove for Mauritia this year. But at the same time, he deserves praise for being by far, in my opinion at least, the most impressive of the rookies. And I think there's no reason why Jules Bianchi can't be a future star if he keeps working and if he gets better drives in the future. So yeah, I don't give Jules Bianchi a mention. But here is, without further ado, Dre's top 5 drivers of the 2000.
Number 5.
At number 5, I have Kimi Raikkonen, and while he didn't match his incredible 209-point haul last season, he still finished on the podium 8 times, including an incredibly weird 6 second-place finishes. He also finished outside of the points on only 3 occasions where he actually raced, and would have probably sealed 3rd in the Drivers' Championship again if it wasn't for the fact he didn't get the chance to race in America and Brazil. Despite Raikkonen having some back issues around the time of Singapore, he still had one of the drives of the season to finish in 3rd, considering he had to start from Q2, and pulled off one of the passes of the year on Jenson Button in the process in order to do it. Raikkonen was great this year, and it sets a really good precedent for his move to Ferrari coming up very soon. And if anything, it proved that Raikkonen, despite the fact he's getting up there in age, is still one of the best drivers in the field. Can he take Ferrari over the top and deliver their first Drivers' and all Constructors' Championship in 5 years? Gotta wait and see. But Raikkonen once again proving why he is still one of the elite drivers in the field this season.
Number 4.
At number 4, I have Lewis Hamilton. This season was going to be the biggest test of Lewis Hamilton's career so far. Could he take his already strong and established reputation at the very strong McLaren unit and bring it over into a brand new team? And Lewis Hamilton was able to do that very well indeed. 14 times during the season, Lewis Hamilton finished in the top 5 of the field, had his highest point score of any Formula 1 season he's had since 2010, even managed to win in a difficult Mercedes car in the Hungarian Grand Prix. And overall, Lewis Hamilton, despite moments of minor radio petulance and the occasional drive-through penalties for giving Bottas a little bit of a tap, Hamilton was overall very strong this year and was able to beat his teammate who's already been with the established Mercedes unit for some time. Now, this is no sniff here of Nico Rosberg. Rosberg had probably his best year in Formula 1 today, and if there was a number 6 spot in my countdown, Rosberg would have certainly have taken it for his best year in Formula 1 by a country mile. But Hamilton came in and immediately was able to beat his very much improving teammate over the course of a single season, had 189 points and finished 4th in the Drivers' Championship, only beaten by Fernando Alonso and Mark Webber, who got a huge boost by their respective cars and abilities. So overall, Lewis Hamilton deserves praise for being able to bring his already established form into a brand new team and be able to perform at near the highest level.
Number 3.
At number 3, I have Nico Hulkenberg. Haha, not the Nico you were expecting. Well, maybe, depends on how you feel. But I feel bad about this one because on Ask FM a few months ago, just before Monza, I had Hulkenberg down as the most overrated driver in Formula 1. And boy, did he prove me wrong. He must have heard me or something, because the second half of the year, Hulkenberg was absolutely outstanding. I feel sorry for him because he had a really difficult year. He wasn't getting paid at all. He was driving for free, and that can play on a guy's conscience. But Hulkenberg got his head down and drove the wheels off his Sauber throughout the season. He only had, I think, 8 points or 7 points going through the halfway mark of the year. But when Sauber improved just a little bit through Singapore onwards, through Italy onwards, Hulkenberg took that car to another level. Scored 43 out of his 51 points in the last 8 races of the season, including 2 phenomenal drives in Monza, qualifying 3rd and finishing 5th, and Korea finishing 4th, with 3 world champions behind him, putting him under incredible pressure. This year proved that Hulkenberg is a top-level driver, unfortunately saddled by a midfield car. And it's a real shame he missed out on the Lotus chance seat, because it would have given him a real opportunity to be able to improve and to be able to prove to the world just how good this dude is. Hopefully, and I'm pretty sure he'll be back for Formula 1 next season, but Nico Hulkenberg proved that he is a top-tier guy this year, and for the first time finishing the top 10 in the World Drivers' Championship, something he's probably long since deserved. Hopefully next year he can build on what was his best year in Formula 1 to date.
Number 2.
Number 2, and my winner of the most improved driver of 2013, without doubt, has to be Romain Grosjean. Last year, Romain Grosjean had 9 crashes on the first lap of a Grand Prix. People were saying he should have had his super license taken away. He was hailed as dangerous and was even given a very rare 1-race suspension by the FIA. This year, he got his head down and turned it around and turned into one of the best young and improving drivers in the field today. 6 times he got on the podium during the season, and sandwiched in between retirements in Singapore and Brazil at the second half of the season. Those 5 races, he scored 75 points and 5 consecutive performances in the top 4. 4 of which being podiums, including a second-place drive in America, beating Mark Webber's more superior Red Bull straight up over the course of a race. That was incredible improvement from Romain Grosjean, who, if he can build on that as team leader for Lotus next year, there's no reason why he can't challenge for a Drivers' Championship. Grosjean was outstanding the second half of the year, and way to silence all of those doubters that were criticising him last year. Because the thing is, last year he had flashes of brilliance as well, but this year he was able to channel that into more consistency, improve his spatial awareness, stop making as many mistakes, and was able to force his way up the World Drivers' Championship into 7th place. A brilliant year from Romain Grosjean, and one where he proved to the world just what he's capable of.
Number 1.
And at number 1, it is of course Fernando Alonso. Nice try. It's Sebastian Vettel, and he had one of the most dominant seasons in the history of Formula 1. The second half of the year, he was literally invincible, tying up, doing what no one else in Formula 1 had ever been able to do, and that is to win 9 consecutive races in the same season. Matched Schumacher's all-time record of 13 wins in the same year. Finished in 4th or higher in every Grand Prix he finished, and had 1 win probably taken away from him in Great Britain due to his gearbox failure. Broke the all-time points record with 397. Destroyed his rival Fernando Alonso by 155 points over the course of the season. I could go on. People, it's more than just a car now. Sebastian Vettel is the best driver in Formula 1 today, and he sealed his 4th World Drivers' Championship in incredible fashion. He is breaking records, he is taking names, and he is still only 26 years old. Anyone other than Sebastian Vettel as the number 1 driver of the season, quite frankly, is ludicrous. There is no limit to what this guy can achieve, and who knows what he's got capable for next year. Sebastian Vettel, my driver of the 2013 season. Oh, just before I go, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe for more. It's going to be a really cool month for special videos, I promise you. I've been Harrison101. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sayonara.